Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Kyle Draper is in the Draper Dungeon NBC Sports Bay Area studios. He'll be joining us momentarily. He's got pregame duties tonight for the Kings and the Celtics. We're looking forward to that one. We have a short show today, a truncated show. And before we get into the Kings and before we get to Kyle Draper, Jay, I got to tell you, I know you're a much bigger college football guy than I am. Much bigger.
Yeah.
That game last night,
you liked it?
Turned me into a college football fan.
You enjoyed it?
That was tremendous. Very entertaining.
Boy, I like where you're going right there, man.
Yeah. I've never been a, rah Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's the only, you know what? I like what Marcus Freeman is doing, head coach of Notre Dame.
Yes.
Like what he stands for. He's super intelligent. I think he's a good football guy, and I think it seems to be a great person. With all that being said, I hate the fact that he's in Notre Dame.
Yeah. Before we get to Drapes, and he's just about ready to go. Remember, Jay, they had that event the 49ers did in memory of Dwight Clark?
Yes.
I think we talked to some people about that. Did you see that the Notre Dame quarterback, Riley Leonard, went to that?
Yes.
And he was asking questions of all the quarterbacks there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because we talked to Alex Smith before that.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
There was like a whole quarterback panel.
Yeah.
Steve Young, Alex Smith, Jeff Garcia, someone else. I think it was one more. Probably Joe. Probably Smoking Joe.
Sure.
The greatest to be of all time beside Tom Brady, the secondary GOAT.
Yeah. And your school plays tonight, right?
Well, it's going to be a smoke out. Don't worry about any of that. We'll see you in the championship.
Okay. All right. And how about?
No, they've been playing very average.
Yeah. Got a pretty good club they're playing against tonight, too. Huh?
That is true.
Yeah. So do the Kings. Kyle Draper joining us. Drapes, how you feeling about the Kings and the Celtics? And how are you just feeling generally?
I don't know, man. You know me, man. It depends on the day, right? Some days I'm in a good mood. Some days I'm ornery. I'm a little upset right now, and here's why. I don't know if you guys saw what I just posted on my story on Instagram.
I'll check it.
NBC Sports Boston is trolling us, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
They're already talking to trash, talking to smack. Check it out on the IG story. I don't know if Jay saw it or not as well, but basically what they did was they said, as I pull it up here, they tell their followers to hold down and swipe right on the dots to see the real king in town. And if you're on our YouTube chat, this is what it looks like, Whitey. Check this out. So as you scroll through, it morphs into a picture of Jason Tatum. And I'm like, come on, man. Tatum ain't no king. We the king of kings here. So I'm a little upset. I'm upset at my son. He saw it and he just laughed and everything. And I'm like, this is an emotional day for me, Whitey. Anytime we face the Celtics, I get emotional. People hit me up. Drapes, you in town. Drapes, your team ready to take this L. And for once, I want my guys to stand up and say, you know what? We're going to win this one for Drapes tonight. We're going to get this W for Drapes. So that's what I'm hoping for tonight, Whitey.
Yeah.
That's how it is in Saga's Lick.
It is, yes. How did you feel about things when you found out De'Aaron Fox is no-go tonight?
It was a gut punch, man. Because I was on my call with NBC Sports California, our pre-show call. And, I thought De'Aaron was going to play. You know how it is. We saw him at practice. We saw him at shoot-around video. Listed as questionable, which is an encouraging sign. So I'm like, all right, our guy's going to be back. And then it came out, bam, no De'Aaron Fox. And I'm like, it was already going to be tough with De'Aaron Fox. Now without De'Aaron, I mean, somebody's going to have to step up. Like, we might need a 9-3 game from Keon. We might need Kevin Herter to hit 7 threes. Like, this is one of those all hands on deck. I mean, can we win? Yes, no doubt about it. But we got to be locked in. Celtics are you know who the Celtics remind me of, Whitey?
Who's that?
The late 2010s Warriors, the 16-18, where they can gas you for a good 12, 16, 18-0 run just like that in a matter of seconds. And then you're out of it. They hit 6 threes in a row, and then you're like, oh, man. And so we got to be locked in tonight, man. We got to be ready tonight.
Yeah, I don't think that's a coincidence. Don't you think Boston basically took what the Warriors were doing and said, oh, yeah. And then they just kind of took it to extremes. I think without those Warriors that you talked about, we probably wouldn't have this Celtics team right now.
No, you're right. You're right. That Warriors team sort of ushered in the, relying heavily on the three ball. And what the Celtics do is kind of how we want to play too. Most teams do want to play this way. The drive and kick game. But these guys are so elite and so locked in and so engaged, so on the string offensively. Like, they whip that ball around. I haven't looked at the analytics, the stats, if you will, but I got to imagine they lead the league in passes, or at least
get sprayed on all the time,
or at least an assist percentage, if you will. Like,
yeah.
I would imagine they are one of the top teams in assist percentage.
You want to know if they have a weakness this year? I might have found it. I don't know. You tell me. Last year, Boston was number 1 in 3-point attempts, right? Shot more than anybody. They were second in percentage. Yes. So they took a lot, made a lot. This year, once again, Boston is number 1 in 3-point attempts, but in percentage, they are 12th right now. So in 9 of the 10 games they've lost.
Damn it, Whitey. I think you're going to say they're like 20th or something like that.
No, they're 12th. Yeah, that's they're mid-pack. In 9 of their 10 losses, the other team has shot a better 3-point percentage than them. So that's what it is, Drapes. To beat the Celtics, you got to be the Celtics. You shoot the 3-ball better than them tonight. Money. Then your wish will come true, and they will win one for the Draper in Beantown tonight.
Let me ask you this, though, and I'm 100% on board with that.
You were hoping I was going to say they're 29th.
Right. Give me 12. I'm like, damn, that's that's decent, though.
I know.
Do you think because I get the numbers, do you think our 3-point defense is going to be critical, or do we just hope they have to have an off night tonight? Like, can we stop them and force them into an off night or with our 3-point defense?
You probably got to do both, don't you think? You got to defend at a real high level, and on top of that, hope that they're having a bad night anyway, and then maybe you have a chance. Kevin Huerter's got to knock down some threes tonight, and Keegan's got to knock down some threes. But and I think you already mentioned it, without De'Aaron Fox, Keon's got to have a big night at both ends of the floor, right? You would think.
Yeah. He has to be the disruptor that we saw the other night. Against Miami, I'd like another 14 deflection game. I feel like, and I got the numbers right here, this Boston team, one thing, they don't force a lot of turnovers. They don't, they're a solid defensive team, Whitey, no doubt about that, 7th, but they're more of a, how should I put it, system defense. It's not like, they're getting a lot of deflections. In fact, I got the numbers right here. Guess what? Boston 30th in the league in deflections.
Ooh.
So how about this? Value the basketball. Don't turn it over. Don't give them something that they aren't accustomed to having. And so, So we can't be loose with the ball tonight. It's one thing if the other team turns us over. It's another thing if we're just giving it away, which we have at times, in some of our losses. So I say take care of the ball tonight.
We have, I think, a new member to the Chateau, Matthew. Kings are getting smoked by my Celtics. Tatum finna flex on y'all. Easy win for my C's. Where'd Matthew come from?
Dude, it might be Nick Draper's burner account. Like, who's this guy, Matthew? He comes in once a year, twice a year to talk some smack to us. Get out of here. We don't want none of that. We ain't got no time for that.
Drapes, I thought you were going to be in the Draper dungeon. Are you someplace else? The background looks different.
Yeah, big fella. I'm in the corner office today.
Okay.
I'm in the corner office. You know what's so funny? I wish I could walk over there. The dungeon, if you will, it's actually more crowded than ever before. So the dungeon has been turned into really the storage closet. And so there's no room even for me to sit in there. So I came to the corner office. I got 3rd Street right here. I got Harrison, I think it is, right here. And so I'm in the boss's office right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, moving on up. Jefferson's, baby.
All right. We'll come right back with a look at Keon Ellis. Does he need now to play more? He's playing well. Does he need to play more? Next with the Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
A new Honda? Nice. Well, it was like this. It was a super hot day, so we all stopped for some ice cream. When bam, the AC went out. My dad started sweating and was all, man, I stink. And my brother was like, I hate this car. And my mom was all, I'm dying in here. Then I said, it's time to call Stockton Honda. Then Dad was like, honey, you're right. I knew you were my favorite. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Hoblit Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Don't miss the excitement of 49ers Game Day by securing your 2025 season tickets now. Inventory is limited, so speak with a representative. Dial 415-GO-NINERS and reserve your seats. That's 415-GO Niners.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer & Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust, along with my entire team. I have been helping accident survivors recover compensation for their injuries for 25 years, and we can help you. There is no charge for calling. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
Tom's Watch Bar has the best happy hour in Sacramento, starting with $5 specials all day, every day. Plus select $7 appetizers and $12 entrees with 360-degree viewing and game day vibes that match being at the game. Tom's Watch Bar is the ultimate game day experience for sports fans.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sacktown Sports.
Crowd guys getting ready for the Kings and the Boston Celtics. Kyle Draper standing by in the NBC Sports Bay Area studios there. He's in the corner office. Here's where Kings fans are, Drapes. This is unfortunate. Kings fans, they have built-in defense mechanisms. When things are going well, longtime Kings fans start to brace for when things stop going so well. For example, Steve Will, W-I-H-L. Thank you, Steve, for checking in. He says, the Kings are going to win tonight just so we can stay confused about how they're doing it and who we should trade. It's going to be a season of torture.
Yeah.
That's the way a lot of Kings
That's
fans
the
say.
same stuff we were talking about last week. It's like we got to change the narrative, fellas.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, and then Brandon Dietzman says, the ultimate result would be beat the Celtics, then lose to the Bulls. And Steve Will says, yep, did that all last year. Beat the guys we had no business beating, losing to the ones we should stomp. That's the Kings way, LOL. I know where he's coming from. I know that's a defeatist attitude for longtime Kings fans. It's hard to get out of that cycle of negative thinking, Drapes.
Yeah, it pains me, Whitey. It pains me to say it. We need a therapy session. Kings fans, we need a therapy. Like, seriously. Like, it's always not looking at the glass half full. It's always looking at the glass half empty. Always what could go wrong. Always a but. Instead of, hell yeah, we're going to beat them damn Celtics tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, we're going to lose to the Bulls. Come on, Kings fans. You got to be better than that. This is a new era, a new day. Our boy Doug Christie is in charge. We're going to win tonight and win on Sunday. That's how I like to look at things, White.
Yes. It's almost like scar tissue. After years of going through some of those things, it becomes, like I say, a defense mechanism because you think, I know what happened before when I got really excited. So I just want to temper my enthusiasm. But hopefully we don't have to worry about that now. Now, going forward, as you look at what's different about the Kings, now that Doug Christie's taken over, do you think Keon Ellis needs to play more? When De'Aaron comes back, not tonight, there's going to be kind of a crunch for minutes at the guard, theoretically. Does Keon Ellis need to play more? Because when he's on the floor, a lot of good things are happening.
That's the $1 million question, right? Or whatever Doug's new check, interim coaching salary is, a $2 million question, whatever it may be. When we say play more, what does that mean, Whitey? Does that mean play more versus his season numbers, where he's at 21.6? I think so. Does that mean play over a DeMar or a Malik in the starting lineup? I'm not going that far. I'm not going that far. Keon, why did we said it? You said it last year. I said it earlier this year. This dude has to be in the rotation. He has to play 25 minutes a night, in my opinion. And so if I'm being real, how I look at Keon when De'Aaron comes back, he's our sixth man. He's our young game changer. He's the guy that could come in and make an immediate impact. And so I look at Keon, maybe Kevin Huerter was the sixth man when Mike Brown was here. Well, I think Keon going forward when De'Aaron comes back should be the sixth man. He does too many good things out there. And I know I'm looking at the 3-point percentage also. Knocking down his threes, doing a good job with that, hitting the ones he's supposed to hit, the open ones. And so, I don't think he should be starting, Whitey.
I saw some interesting numbers from Kings Herald. And if you take the 5-man lineups that the Kings use, the 6 most frequent ones, okay, so the 6 most common 5-man lineups the Kings have used this year, the 4 most productive, net rating, the 4 that score more than they give up, all include Keon. And by the way, the least productive, minus 1.6, is Fox, Monk, DeRozan, Keegan, Domas, which is that's a starting lineup. But that's it's not terrible, minus 1.6. You'd like it positive, but it's not like they're way underwater there. But when Keon is on the floor, the team plays better. Is that cause and effect? Some of that coincidence? We don't know, but in the last 4 games, Keon is averaging 12.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 3 steals in his last 4 games. So the evidence says, he has a lot to do with the fact that they play real well when he's on the floor.
How about this, though, Whitey? I'll be devil's advocate here, because I'm pretty good at that. 2 games without Keegan Murray, 2 games without De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
Who's to know once those guys are in the starting lineup or back, fully healthy, that their numbers might be even better, Keon's getting the opportunity because other guys have been out. The problem for Keon is 2 of the guys that have been out are 2 of your starters, 2 of your top players. Now, if he got an opportunity where, let's say, a 7th man is out and, then it's easier. But who are you going to take out of the starting lineup? Whose minutes is he going to eat up into? People are saying, you could bring DeMar off the bench. Well, the team is actually playing great with DeMar in the lineup also. Like, it's not like, DeMar, with him out there, we're terrible or we're losing games. We've won 5 in a row with DeMar in the starting lineup, with Malik in the starting lineup, Domas. Can we say, and I'm a big fan of Keon, I think he should get a lot of minutes, no doubt, but not at the expense of one of our starters. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think in a perfect world, this logjam of guards, maybe you're able to move somebody in a deal that brings back somebody. We know all the names. We've heard all the names, but a wing type. So you're able to get rid of a guard that probably you're just not able to play as much as you'd want and bring in a forward who is going to play in theory. And, I hope they don't trade Keon Ellis, but if I'm another team and I'm looking at who they have there, that's great. Kevin Huerter, and I know salary wise, he and Trey Lyles have to come into play on some of these things. But I'm wondering if you're talking to the Nets, if somebody like Jordy isn't looking at Keon and going, well, what about him? We'd like to have him. I hope it doesn't come to that. But if I'm the Nets or somebody talking to the Kings about a trade, I'm interested in him.
Yeah, and for sure. And I'll throw it the other way too, because Keon has been so good. Maybe that makes others expendable. Maybe because you found something in Keon Ellis. Now you may have your 6th man going forward. You know what I mean? I think, it's a good problem to have if you're Sacramento. I really want to see this team fully healthy, how Keon looks with De'Aaron out there, how he looks with Keegan, 100%. Like right now, he's getting the big time. Whitey, look at his numbers from the other night. He played 49 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
49 minutes. Like, that's not going to happen. Malik played 49 also as well. Domas 50. Man, DeMar 47. Like, when Fox comes back, Keon's 38 minutes or whatever it is he's been averaging the last 4 or 5 games. That's probably going to be cut down to 28, 29. I need to look at Malik's minutes from last year, Whitey, and say that's Keon Ellis this year. Whatever Malik averaged minutes-wise last year, that's what Keon should average this year.
I kind of glossed over this a little bit, but that Fox, Monk, DeRozan, Keegan, Domas minus 1.6. Like I said, it's not a disaster or anything, but that's not great for your starting lineup. So, that's
when is that? When is that?
That's
over the last.
I think that's they haven't. Yeah, Fox, Monk, DeRozan, Keegan, Domas. Yeah, I think that's all season.
Yeah, you can. And even if it was the last 5 or 6, the first game was the Lakers, which is I'm throwing out every single number from that game pretty much. I'm not even looking at that game. The next 2, Keegan weren't playing, and then the next 2, Fox hasn't played. I think it is something like that. Well,
that's a great point, because in the Warrior game, all the net rating and plus minus was through the roof, and De'Aaron Fox didn't play in those games, so it does kind of skew it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I think. How about this? It's a sports talk radio and Twitter controversy, but I don't think it's a controversy inside the locker room with the coaching staff. Keon's going to play. He's going to get 25 to 30 minutes a night. And Fox will come back and take his usual spot.
It's hard, isn't it, when you look at Keon and just trying to be objective? What could he do better? I mean, he could handle better, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, he does a lot of things really well, and he does a lot of things that you need really well. And he's one of those guys that's been playing hard all year long. I know a lot of these guys now, wow, it looks like they're playing harder under Doug, and it does look that way. But I think Keon, that's the only way he knows how to play, to my eye.
Yeah, and I would also say, he could become a better playmaker for others. I'm looking at, what makes the team we're facing tonight so difficult is they got 4 playmakers alongside Porzingis. Tatum can create, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, and Derek White. Maybe Keon Ellis, as he, progresses, can become our Derek White, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, Derek White is a creator also. He can get to the basket. Most of Keon's points now are coming from behind the arc, I believe, outside. Like, I think the next evolution offensively for Keon is, like you said, the handles and setting other guys up, but also getting to the hoop and scoring buckets.
Do you think the Celtics, and I'm not trying to give them more credit than, that's already heaped upon them, and a lot of that deservedly, but do you think a team coming off a championship at this time of year, does their attention kind of wander a little bit? Do they get a little distracted with things?
Oh, 100%, right, Whitey? 100%. Yeah. And, it's why it's so hard to repeat as champions, too. It's like, you spend so much time. I throw it to you like this with the Kings. You spend so much time breaking the streak, breaking the drought for Sacramento, that the following year, it's hard to get up again and play at that high level. And I think the Celtics, what you're seeing is, like we had Max on yesterday, everybody's getting up for them, no doubt about it. But also, they're like, it's January. I don't need to go as hard right now. It's not April and May yet. We could save some. Like, it's hard to come back with that same hunger. And so, what do they have? 10 losses, 27-10, which is still a fantastic record.
Right.
But last year, they were like Cleveland is this year, like OKC is. That hunger, every game they were going 100 at, now they're resting some guys here and there. They've had some injuries. It doesn't seem to have the same sense of urgency for them this year.
They're not going to take this Kings team seriously, especially without De'Aaron Fox. They are ripe for the plucking tonight, Drapes. The Celtics are going down.
Whitey, Tatum knows it's my squad. Jaylen Brown knows it's my dude. They're trying to send a message, man. I'm telling you, he's got we let's get him tonight, man. I wish we had Fox, but you said it yesterday. I think our team is best when we're counted out.
Yes,
When
yes.
people don't believe. So let's come out there. Hey, if Chicago can win in Boston, if Indiana can win in Boston, why can't we win in Boston?
Meanwhile, Brian Windhorst says the Kings are not super active at the deadline, but does he have any idea what's going on with the Kings? Tell you why that is a very fair question when we come back to Sackdown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Celtics. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3. Tip-off at 4:30. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings. Sackdown Sports, 1140.
Hey, these jokers.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series. Plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you gotta drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with 0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's the start of the sunshine on this Friday afternoon. Expect to have temperatures reach the low to mid 60s. Expect overnight lows to drop back to the upper 30s, low 40s. And it's going to get a little gusty as we head through the day on Saturday. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you bought that TV in the parking lot. It just happened to come in a box, or it include a remote. And when you finally managed to turn it on, all it displayed was the menu of Grumpy's Tacos. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage? You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Mobil 1 can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for only $38.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Yes, we all know life full of ups and downs. There are some things you want to go up and down, though. Not your favorite basketball team, but certainly your garage door. When your garage door starts going up or down, but not both, then you got an issue, and it's time to call National Garage Door, 638-4554. Yeah, we put down our old garage door a few weeks ago. National Garage Door came out, took great care of us. Old door out, new one up in short order. Beautiful new garage door. I've never been inspired to name a garage door before, but we did with this one. It's so great. Garage P. Henson is the name we have for the new garage door. National Garage Door has been around since 1974. Service comes first with them. If you need a garage door upgrade, which, by the way, can really boost your home's curb appeal, call National Garage Door. Find them on the web, nationalgaragedoor.com. Commercial or residential repair or installation of a new door, National Garage Door has everything that you need. So if your garage door is on the blink, old one's coming apart, you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch, be your closer like they did for us. 638-4554, National Garage Door.
It's time now for your 49ers report, brought to you by Jeremy Winter, attorney at law. He cares because he's been there. 49ers running back Isaac Guerendo exited the game early versus Arizona after being tackled just 2 minutes into the first quarter of play. Guerendo had to be carted off and did not return. After the game, Kyle Shanahan indicated the running back may have suffered an MCL injury. Niners lose 47-24 and finish the year at 6-11.
Serious accident. You deserve the law offices of Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237. Jeremy lost his mother in a car accident and knows firsthand the pain caused by tragedy. That is why he became an attorney to fight for others who are going through a tragedy. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, you deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve Jeremy Winter, 877-637-3237.
Happy New Year! Coach Christie here letting you know it's never been easier to drive into the new year in a new Kia. Take advantage of special low finance rates and zero down deals with approved credit right now at Folsom Lake Kia.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Dylan Scott, Country Till I Die Tour.
That's my girl.
Platinum selling artist Dylan Scott. With special guests Jackson Dean and Avery Anna.
You just can't have mine. Thank God she loves me. God knows I got so lucky.
Friday, January 10th, 7 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Now we got a baseball note for you here. The A's 2025 season tickets have sold out. A's announcing today. Single game tickets go on sale late this month. Further details on pricing, the promotional calendar, fan events will be shared ahead of the on sale date. I don't think they need to have a lot of promotional dates, do they? You don't need to give away bobbleheads when all your tickets are already sold. Let's see. Suites will be available for purchase starting January the 16th. But the A's, how about it, Drapes? Season tickets for their first season. They're all gone. Sold.
Dang. At least we don't have to worry about that, right, fellas? We got other ways to have access to the stadium. You know, get our press pass and everything. That's exciting, man. It's exciting. I'm bummed about it though, because I'm Robin Hood, fellas. Like, what about the normal people out there in the streets, the young kids that want to go to games, man?
Right. Because that you do you, but some of these people that have bought tickets, they're not going to the games. They're selling those tickets.
Oh, it's going to be like Taylor Swift concert all over again with them prices, huh?
Yep, it could be. It could be. By the way, I saw today that the Los Angeles Dodgers sold more tickets this year than Taylor Swift did for her whole tour. How about that? Yes.
Who's going to watch that outfit?
No, because they got 80 dates, 81 dates. Come on now.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift had to be pretty close to 81 dates this year.
Did she?
Shohei's a bigger draw than your girl, Taylor Swift. But anyway, be that as it may. Yeah, the single game tickets, we'll find out what they're going to be. How
over under, where are they starting? Set the market right now. What's the first ticket going to cost? Because you can't say, well, in the bleachers, and no, because everything's close.
Oh yeah, it's so intimate.
300.
I was gonna go like one something.
It was funny because I was about 225, 250.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
And I'll bargain at twice that. So, and then I guess it's tricky for people that did buy the tickets thinking they're gonna sell them. If the team doesn't play well early on, you might want to move those things as quick as you can, right?
Yeah. Think about it. They struggle off the jump. You know, it's that $400 ticket might go for $100 after that.
Oh, and if I may, one more loose end to tap from yesterday. Yesterday, you may have heard Ice Cream Gate. I don't mean to wander all the way down that path, but after the show, Detective Jay found that in the break room there were cartons and cartons of ice cream in the trash, which is great. That means people were at work. They were eating the ice cream, whereas Drapes went off yesterday and all the people that took the ice cream home. And Detective Jay found a lot of evidence suggesting, no, people enjoyed it here.
It was 2 cartons, Jay.
No, it was not. It was more than
2 cartons.
Count them out. Let's
we
go.
have the pictures right here, Drapes.
More than 2.
We actually have photographic evidence here.
Man. I don't know why Carmichael Dave called me at 9:44 this morning when he was doing his show. I think he wanted to either A, apologize, or B, explain what happened with all the ice cream. He said, FYI, my man, we've been framed. The only one of us that touched the ice cream was me, and I had like 4 spoonfuls. He said, those salespeople. And then he said, thank you for the ice cream. So it's the sales vultures out there.
But it was for the sales. Was it? You said it was for everybody. So
promotions, marketing.
Oh man, here we go.
Everybody. Now I'm not going to go down that. I'm not doing that, Whitey. I'm past that, big fella.
Yeah, I got you. I just wanted to point out that Jay did find some. Right, Jay?
Just so happened to go down there, spark up a early dinner, so to say. And I said, yeah, you know what? Let me get a cup of water. I walked over, just so happened to look at all the different sauces that Drapes talked about that we were blessed with from Michael over at the Leatherby's.
Yes.
Yeah. And next thing I said, oh man, those sauces been dipped into quite a bit.
Nah, bro.
Looked over at the trash, threw some away. I said, oh, there goes about 3-4 cartons of ice cream gone.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I'm looking at the picture, Jay. I see maximum 3. Really, I only see 2.
So I didn't move nothing at the bottom or move stuff around, Drapes. I wasn't garbage dipping. Yeah, right.
Dude, y'all can tell me off air if y'all took like 2 or 3 home. It's okay, fellas. It's all right.
Let me see. Whitey, how many's in that picture?
Let me see. I'll
count them out because 2. There's definitely more than 2.
Let me see.
There's definitely more than 2.
It's great work by Jay.
I see 1, 2, 3, easy 4.
No, we're talking cartons, not the.
I'm looking at 1, 2, 3. There's 2 there's one inside another one. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then you can clearly see one on the top. That is strawberry. That's probably Kyle took care of that.
It's a good thing. Horrible. Drapes, it's a good thing. That's all I'm saying. It's a good thing. You got your wish. People enjoyed the ice cream. Yay. That's good, right? And thank you to Leatherby's. It's a win-win.
I'm going to throw it up on social right now with a poll. How many cartons of ice cream do you see in this picture? I'm going to let the people decide.
Okay. I don't know what that determines or what the significance is, but all right. Fair enough. Brian Windhorst. And this is something that was Wednesday, and I'm a little slow getting to it, but I think it's something we should circle back to here. Speaking on Brian Windhorst and the Hoop Collective, which is Windhorst and Tim McMahon and Tim Bontemps. He talked about the Kings. He said the Kings have not been super active in terms of seeking trades prior to the deadline. Super active is the quote. He did note the Kings have been regarded as a possible buyer when all is said and done. And we got some more audio here that people are talking about around here. I think it's a real thing, Drapes. I think a guy like Windhorst, he's known Mike Brown a long time. I think there are some people in the league that are trying to undermine what the Kings have done since Doug Christie's taken over because they feel like they're supporting Mike Brown by doing that. And I think they're kind of missing the boat on that.
Yeah, I think too, Whitey. Yeah, not only, some of the media members, but the coaches out there as well. It's like, it's open season now to hate on the Kings, it feels like. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like, people taking shots at the organization, getting rid of Mike, but they aren't actually watching the games. They aren't seeing the difference in the team. It's just, they won 5 in a row. It's just the usual bump, or they played a lot of shorthanded teams and all this, and they're not actually watching the games. And we know Windhorst doesn't watch the games. We know Bontemps, those guys don't watch the games. It's been proven. And, at least watch Kings games. Let me say that. And so it's, I take what those guys say with a grain of salt, man.
Yeah, great example of what you're talking about. Listen to this now. This is Windhorst and McMahon and Bontemps. And I know you said some fans were doing this after the Dallas game, but Windhorst is trying to say, he's trying to minimize the Kings' wins by saying, all of the other teams, they were shorthanded. But as you listen here, it's clear he doesn't really know what he is talking about.
Anyway, Mike Brown got fired. Doug Christie took over, and they have won 5 games in a row. They had a double overtime win over the Heat, which they made a big comeback in. It was a really bad loss for the Heat on Monday night. Now, let me just go over these 5 wins. There are some aspects.
I was going to say that there's some interesting things here.
They beat Dallas without Luka.
And Kyrie.
Oh, Kyrie was out for that game too?
Correct.
Okay. That one was kind of a rest night.
All right. That was their first one. They beat Philly. Paul George played great in that game, but Embiid did not play in that game. They beat Memphis without Ja.
No, Embiid did play, but they had a crazy comeback at the end after being down the entire game.
Oh, he did play. Well, see,
Yes, but they scored 15 straight to win the game after being down virtually the whole game.
They blasted the Warriors without Steph.
I believe he played in the game, but it was the
Wow.
second night of a back-to-back for Golden State. They
I
played.
got all this wrong.
Listen, when you're poo-pooing a winning streak, you should let the USWB read this.
Now so there you go. As you can see, there he's trying to say this guy didn't play, that guy. He doesn't even know, Drapes. They don't even know. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
And it's not just Windhorst. Bontemps is like, yeah, Embiid definitely played. He was out there, and it's like these are national guys with big followings. These are the guys that fans look to for information. They help shape the narrative, if you will, among players and teams. And for these guys not to know, I mean, it's okay with saying, you know what, I'm not sure, or I don't know about that, or something.
Right,
like,
right.
Tim was like,
they don't watch. You know?
Tim was the only one that took a step back. And you could tell he reported on the game that he knew because he covers the Mavericks pretty tough because he's down there in Dallas. He was like, oh, and Kyrie didn't play.
Yeah.
Everything else, Wendy, and there's more. I mean, YouTube popped up on this, but there's more. And Bontemps and Wendy are just going crazy. It's like, what are you talking about?
I've goofed up the whole thing. Yeah. All right. So I really think that's a lot of it. People think that by doing that, they're sticking up for Mike Brown. And I think that's not your job. Your job is not to stick up for Mike Brown. It's to explain to people what's going on and why it's happening. By the way, here in the on the text line from the 279, I bought 2 tickets to an A's-Orioles game in June already. They were third baseline, $231 total. So I'm assuming
that's like reselling them for. That's the question.
$150. I mean, $150 a piece now. What?
That's not. I mean,
that's 115.
Yeah,
that's 115.
That sounds reasonable to me. Yeah,
that's the Orioles.
Mm-hmm. Well, they got some good young
They got
players.
good, but I mean, they don't travel well. Ain't nobody looking for no Orioles, man.
How well are the Kings going to travel? We'll come back with the key to beating the Celtics, assuming there is one. It's next year as we wrap things up and get you ready for Kings and Celtics Drive, guys. Sacktown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Celtics. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3. Tip-off at 4:30. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Joe Fallon's bedroom mini fridge. Sure, this pint-sized chiller's max capacity is 3 soda cans, but what it lacks in stature, it makes up in cooling strength. Each beverage a perfect 37 degrees every time. And the 2 feet Joe walks to get a drink, priceless. That's why his mini fridge is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
California's largest Sportsman's Expo is back, January 16th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Find a huge selection of fishing boats, kayaks, and side-by-sides. New this time, nearly 50,000 square feet of RVs and campers. And check out the all-new, fully redesigned Toyota Land Cruiser. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 16th through 19th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage? You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Mobil 1 can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for only $38.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love
everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Oh, I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Intercepted by Fred Warner.
Faithful to the Bay.
Fred gets up and runs back the other way 30.
Don't miss the excitement of 49ers game day. Secure your spot at Levi's Stadium for the 2025 season.
20, one block and he's in.
Season tickets are available now. Inventory is limited, so to speak with a representative, call 415-GO-49ers.
Touchdown!
That's 415-GO-49ers.
San Francisco!
A crooked childhood is what the way.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Speaking of those 49ers, congratulations. Fred Warner, George Kittle, and Kyle Juszczyk named to the Associated Press All-Pro team. You know, the Pro Bowl is kind of a whatever, but All-Pro is a big dang deal. Jay, you surprised Fred Warner made All-Pro, hobbling around as he was this year?
I am. First team, yeah. I mean, he started the first 5-6 games, fellas. He was balling. He looked like he was a defensive player of the year. And then after we found out the ankle, I thought he was going to get second team. But, hey, listen, he's probably on his way to a future Hall of Fame career at this point. Love to put a Super Bowl behind his name, but he looks good.
Drapes, who do you think who is on upset watch this weekend in the NFL? You got the 2 games tomorrow. One of them's on Amazon, right? Then you got the 3 games Sunday, and then the game Monday, which, of course, you'll be able to hear here on Sacktown Sports.
Can I say one?
Yeah.
Before Drapes looks at the schedule?
Yeah.
That'd be the Eagles. No, I'm
Of course you would say
Jordan
that.
Love's ready to go. He's ready to roll.
You would say that.
But no.
I'm looking at it now, fellas. I'd probably say are the Buccaneers favored? Like, who's favored here?
They're favored by 3.
Yeah, they're Tampa's favored by 3.
Just because they're at home, Drapes.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. You know, I've read some people, and it's maybe just media members trying to find something to write about. Some have suggested, hey, Denver might give the Bills all they can handle. And I'm just wondering, wait, what? You know, if Denver's defense is it's much better than Buffalo's. And some people are saying, you know, if Denver can run the ball and keep the Buffalo offense on the sidelines, maybe. I'm not seeing it, but it is something some people are saying to keep an eye on, Drape.
Some people are crazy too, Whitey. I mean, because a lot of people think this is Buffalo's year to win it all. You know, it's like
wait, I thought you were a big Bo Nix guy. I thought that's your guy.
Yeah, that is, but that don't mean he's gonna go into Buffalo and win. I got Buffalo winning that one, and I love Bo Nix. Bo Nix has already showed me enough, Whitey. He doesn't have to go on the road. Can he do it? Yes, but Buffalo's a juggernaut right now, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I saw something today, and I haven't checked this. I saw today on X, the only quarterback the Broncos ever drafted who won a playoff game is Tim Tebow. Is that true?
Really?
They didn't draft Elway, right?
Yeah.
They didn't draft Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, yeah.
I don't know. I have to double check that one. That's a stunner.
Dang.
If that's true. All right, so the Eagles are the only team that's on serious
No.
Chargers?
Texans.
Are they on there?
Yeah, no, Texans. I think the Chargers beat the Texans.
No, but I think Chargers are favored, Jay.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are favored.
Yeah, but I mean, Texans are at home. You know, they finished with a higher seed, and I know it. You know, they won their conference. I'm saying this now, and I'm talking about even next week. I think the Chargers go in and beat the Chiefs next week.
Whoa! What makes you say
Come
that
on.
besides the fact that you
Because
just
they've played
don't like the Chiefs?
Well, I think Harbaugh has the mentality that the Chargers need. And I'm also playing the numbers, fellas. Like the Chargers have to have a big win sooner or later. They keep losing, even going back to LT and Rivers, they do well during the regular season, and at the end, it just doesn't work out for them. But they run the ball. And one thing the Chiefs can do is they'll let you control a game and feel like Pat Mahomes can take advantage at the end. We've seen it with the 49ers. They've taken the ball out of Pat Mahomes' hand for a long time in some of these games, time possession. I think the Chargers have an opportunity, and they've been close with the Chiefs. We're talking about in-conference rivals and division rivals. Give me the Chargers, baby. I'm stepping on the toes right now.
Okay.
I like that. Ask who's on Upset Watch. Jay says the Chiefs should be.
That's right.
With the Chargers.
2 weeks from now,
All
right? A week and a half from now.
Now, Drapes, earlier we were talking about some Kings fans who have built up that kind of defense mechanism mentality. So some Kings fans, they're thinking, the Kings, maybe they beat Boston, but then they lose to Chicago.
Yeah.
There's other side of that coin is some Kings fans, I've heard some of these people today saying, if the Kings keep this winning streak going, you beat Boston without De'Aaron Fox, maybe you win a couple more games without De'Aaron Fox, then you got to start thinking about, do you want to trade Fox because maybe you don't need him?
This is, I'm not going to even entertain that kind of nonsense, Whitey.
Yeah, that's how some fans look at it. And it would be something that people would start to think about if they won tonight. But it's all a little premature. Yeah.
I'm not entertaining that, man. Those fans, that's like saying, the Warriors won 5 in a row without Steph. They may have to trade him. It's like, what are we doing? Come on, Kings fans. We're back. Can I share something I just saw real quick, fellas?
Yes, please.
Turkish Airlines EuroLeague tweeted out about an hour ago. Huge night for Sasha Vezenkov.
Really?
Olympiacos. Sasha, 45 points in a game tonight or yesterday or whenever it was.
Yeah, tomorrow probably, yeah.
Tomorrow. No, but he scored 45. It's like, damn. What happened, bro?
Trey, stop bringing up old stuff, man.
I know. I'm sorry. I just noticed it, Jay. And you should see the picture. I don't know if y'all can. Look at him flexing.
I've seen it. Yeah, he was flexing. Yeah.
See him? I'm like, damn, Sasha, where was that in the U.S., bro? Shoot.
How many points did he score total last year here?
Yeah, it might have been 45.
Yeah, let me check it here. Basketball Reference, Sasha Mr. Vezenkov. I can't. It's going to take me too long to find. But Drapes, here's the formula for beating the Celtics. You make 3 balls. As I said earlier, 9 out of their 10 losses this year, the Celtics have been outshot percentage-wise by the opponents from the 3-point line. So to beat the Celtics, you got to be the Celtics. You got to be better than them from the 3-point line. There it is. It's that simple.
Make Miss League, huh? Whoever wins the 3 battle wins tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Hope so. If we outshoot the Celtics, are you talking in terms of makes or percentage?
Whatever you can get. I mean, statistically, percentage works, but obviously you want to make more. That's even more important.
Right. I'm with you, man. If we make more threes than the Celtics, we win this game. Because that means because they're going to take more than us. And if we make more, their percentage is lower than ours probably. Our percentage is pretty high. We'll get to the free throw line as well. My boy DeMar DeRozan will have 12 free throw attempts tonight. Mark it down. And so I'm with you on that. I like that recipe.
All right, Drapes. Have a good pre and post. We'll be watching.
All right, fellas. See y'all Monday.
By the way, Sasha Vezenkov, 225 points last year total for the Kings. Stick around because we got Scott Marsh and the High Flyer game night from a special remote location. Tom's Watch Bar is next. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game. Thanks for being with us on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on